my literary friends, and welcome back. Today we are talking about common lingo that you may come across as a writer in the world of writing and authors and publishing. Just a heads up, these are not in alphabetical order. So the first one we have is ARC, A-R-C. Stands for Advanced Reader's Copy. You've gone through your edits and you have a beautiful packaged document ready for readers. You send out an advanced reader's copy. It's pretty much the final copy, but it goes out to gauge the reader's interest and their feedback for the final product. WIP, work in progress. You will see this everywhere on social media. So everybody wants to be talking about their WIP, their WIP. Work in progress is quite literally any kind of manuscript in any sort of form. So it might be a plot, it might be a manuscript, it might be a finished manuscript that isn't published yet. It's a work in progress pretty much if it hasn't been published, in my experience anyway. AOC, authors of color. You may see this show up on social media when someone has hashtagged AOC on a book on Bookstagram or a bookish account, and that's what it refers to. It's often been written by an author of color. Alpha readers. So there are two main kinds of readers, alpha readers and beta readers. Alpha readers are the ones you palm your manuscript off to when it's still a little bit of a mess. They have a quick look through it, they let you know if it's functional, if it flows, if there are any major plot holes, and they give you general feedback. Once you've made your edits and changes, you can then send it out to beta readers. So these are the readers who receive a work that is much more closer to publication. So the order would go, you send your alpha readers to check for massive holes, consistency. You'd then send the next polished level to your beta readers. They would give you suggestions more for edit-based hints rather than big whole storyline edits. Comp title. When you are pitching to an editor and agent, they may ask you for comparison titles. So these are other books that are in publication that are similar to yours. So my example, when I am asked this, when I am pitching my work for the Invisible series, is that my readers have most often likened The Invisible Woman to The Princess Diaries by Meg Cabot and Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. CP, your critique partner. So when you are a new author, a pre-existing author, a well-aged, experienced author, oftentimes it really helps to pair up and have a critique partner. This person is someone you trust. They trust you, but you also know that they care about producing something of good quality. They will review your work and you can bounce ideas off them in a safe space without feeling judged, despite the fact that their title is critique partner. They are there to help build you and help guide you. The HEA, happily ever after. It is what it sounds like, and especially in fiction genre, you will find people talk about the happily ever after. Does a character end up getting their prince? Indie, one of my favorites. Irrelevant of whether you're in the writing community, most of the time I think people tend to understand what indie stands for. It is the same as in the music and the film industry. It is an independent. So I am classed as an independent author because I am self-published. I do not currently have any affiliations with any formal organizations. MC, main character. They're your protagonist. They're the main person who you write about in your story if you're writing fiction or genre. MSWL, Manuscript Wishlist. You will hear this everywhere when you are an author at the point of pitching to agents and publishers. What it refers to is what agents or publishers are looking for. Now, I will talk about this in more detail in another video, but essentially, agents and publishers all look for completely different things depending on who they are, who they publish for, what genre and area that they market toward. Pitch. Basically, a pitch is where you get an opportunity with an author or an agent to sit down or online, as my experiences have been thus far, and give them a really quick elevator pitch on what you've written and essentially why you think they should take it on for publishing. Point of view. What is the point of view you have written for your main character? Is it first person, second person, third person? Here's another publishing one. R&R, revise and resubmit. So an agent may receive your manuscript, think that there are some edits that you could do, they'll send you some feedback, and then they will ask you to R&R, revise and resubmit. It doesn't necessarily mean that you've gone back to the bottom of the pile. For some people, they will be actively looking for when it comes back to them. But it depends entirely on the agent that you're working with. Lucky last, we have WC, word count. This one is imperative when it comes to the writing world. Every genre has a different word count. So if you're writing historical fiction or romance, oftentimes you're looking at somewhere between 50 and 70,000 words. If you're writing contemporary women, as I do, you're usually looking somewhere between 60 and 90,000 words. So make sure that you write to the correct word count for your genre. So those are my top tips for Lingo when it comes to the writing world. I hope that that helped illuminate some questions you might have had and some little tidbits along the way. If you like this video, please rain those likes down on me. And if you want to see more of this sort of content, please make that bell ring and hit the subscribe button.